Hello again, Peninsula Student Ministries. Our lesson for the week of May 10th is entitled Jesus Reveals His Power. If you're looking along with the PDFs online, which we hope that you are, we're in session 1 of Unit 21 of our Gospel Project lessons. Our text this week is going to come out of Mark chapter 1. We see Jesus casting out demons, healing people of leprosy in this chapter. And this is one of the many things that points to Jesus' deity. And when I say Jesus' deity, what I mean is that Jesus is God. And so Mark 1 helps us get a glimpse of Jesus' deity in that Jesus himself is God. And for example, in verse 24 of Mark 1, we see a demon even recognizes who Jesus is, and he calls him the Holy One of God. If you look at the PDF online, there is a great list in a section entitled Jesus' Deity. And in there, the authors give a list of verses, an extensive list of verses, where they are backing up Jesus' deity. For example, John 1, Philippians 2, Colossians 1, Hebrews 1, these are all passages that describe Jesus as being equal with God. And then they show us that Micah 5:2 and John 1:4 show us that Jesus possesses attributes that are only ever attributed to God. And then Mark 2, John 10, they show us Jesus performing tasks that only God performs. And Jesus himself even claimed to be the Son of God in Matthew 26. Also in John 8, John chapter 10, and John chapter 17. And so I do want to encourage you this week, students, look at that PDF, explore these passages. There is so much rich truth that you can spend quality time looking at what it means that Jesus is God. But what does it really matter if Jesus is really God or not? Well, I want to say that it means everything. It is of the utmost importance to our faith that we believe that Jesus is both fully God and fully man. And here's why. First, we must believe that Jesus is fully God because no mere man can atone for the sins of the world. Psalm 49:7 tells us that no man can ransom another. Man is not able to meet God's standards of holiness. Only God is holy enough to keep and to meet all of his own standards. So our Savior Jesus must be God. But in order for that righteousness to be applied to us, to be applied to humankind, to be applied to man, it must be achieved by man. That's why the spotless lamb in the Old Testament could never truly atone for the sins of the world, because a lamb is not a person, and so it can't save us. So how is it that we can be saved if our Savior must be both God to achieve God's standards and a lowly man so that righteousness can be applied to us? The only explanation is that Jesus is both fully God and fully man. This is a profound and a beautiful mystery. Christianity is the only faith where God himself enters human history. And he does this as Jesus Christ. And Jesus represents all of his people in order to save the world of their sins. Peninsula Student Ministries, you should be profoundly grateful for this act of God on your behalf, and it should spur you on to live in obedience. Would you please consider downloading that PDF, looking at what it means that God is both that Jesus is both fully God and fully man, and then join us Monday at 1 o'clock so that we can spend time as a youth group diving into this and exploring all of the beautiful intricacies of this amazing truth so that we can encourage one another to live lives worthy of the calling that our Savior has called us to. Have a great week, Peninsula Student Ministries.